Kids of Karendow is not a porn game. Do we want to do an update on Karendow?
Yeah, I mean, our podcast is kind of supposed to be about our journey and kind of making this game, right? So yeah,
Right. Okay. So we didn't really do this last podcast. We were too busy talking about porn. Um,
it's not a
by
bad
the
thing.
way, again, Kids of Karendow is not a porn game. I was editing the podcast, the first episode, or I was getting the YouTube descriptions ready for it, and I put right in the description, Kids of Karendow is not a porn game, just in case people get confused.
Yeah.
So recent updates. So, and I also have to post this to Discord. Working on the cutscene when you first get to Rachna Wing. I don't want to put too many spoilers in here, but Rachna Wing is where you build your resistance base. So in Kids of Karendow, you get to go recruit, you get to go around the overworld, recruit resistance members to help you. Similar to what you can do in Cosmic Star Heroine, but there's definitely rewards for recruiting people, and some of them are going to have you do, they're going to like do like side quests kind of thing to recruit some of them. Some of them might just join you outright. We might use the Pooper social media system to recruit some as well. So what you can do is like you need to, like, you can also upgrade your resistance base, because your resistance base is also, I'm going to call it an airship, but it's really just more of a weapons platform that flies. Because there's a mini game in Kids of Karendow where you fly this thing around and blow shit up. So if you do some upgrades to it, you know, better weapons, better shields, so you can add fusion reactors to it. But you need to recruit the engineer to do that, and the mechanic. And then you can also build inside of it a simulator room, which is basically like a holodeck. And with that, then you can go actually get programs for it and do missions. And it's two of these are going to be like extra dungeons, and then one of them is going to be another level for the shoot 'em up mini game that you can do with this base. And if you complete these successfully, you get other stuff. I haven't decided what you get yet. Maybe like more skills for the characters or something like that. So all of this is things you'll want to do as someone playing the game, but we're not done all that yet. That will be finished later this year, though. It's in the backlog for this year.
That sounds fun. The idea of going around blowing shit up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mini game. Because you know you can go really. Well, it's not gonna be super deep. It's gonna be top down shooter. It is a mini game, so it's not gonna be super deep. So, but it'll be fun. We'll make sure it's fun and snappy, just like the combat in Kids of Karendow. Polished up some stuff in combat, as I mentioned earlier, about like the menu placement. Finally got that looking the way I want it to look. And it actually, when I play combat now, everything just feels so good and so tight now.
Yeah, I think it's because we went kind of the direction of kind of doing a little bit more of a traditional turn-based style RPG menu, right?
Yes, yeah, I finally abandoned all those other things.
That some of the feedback that we got at Eggfest was the menu system was a little bit much. You know, like it took up actually like a large chunk of the screen.
Yep. Yeah, the combat it did, and I knew that was a problem when I first put it together, but it took me a while to get to circle back to making it better. The thing about going to those expos is the things that you know that aren't perfect, that, you know, in my mind I'll circle back and get to it later. Those, if it's something like that, it sticks out like a sore thumb when people are playing it, because that's the only thing you see. It's like, oh my god, this is so bad when I got a stranger playing my game and I want to make my best foot forward, and this one minor, well, I know it's not minor, but like it's due later kind of minor issue really becomes more front and center.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks because then their attention is drawn away from other things that you may have wanted some feedback on, but they're so kind of solely focused on the thing that grabs the most attention.
Yeah, but anyway, I got that taken care of, and that yeah, I just think it looks really great now. I will overlay a screenshot. We've actually already posted this to Discord and social media, but I'll overlay it as well in the podcast here.
Oh yeah, I'm also working on the Rachna Wing music right now.
Sweet. I still have to put the graveyard music in the game. I'm gonna hopefully do that today.
There's also probably a mysterious .wave file for you on Git.
Oh, what's that supposed to be?
With a loop point.
Oh,
so just throw that in the game whenever. I'm probably just going to leave that for a bit.
Okay, I'll go check that out. Now I'm excited. Get new music to listen to.
If not, I'll probably just do another. I'll do another push to the repo.
The repository.
Yeah, the depository.
The depository. You're gonna put deposit in the depository.
Yeah.
In GitHub. Should we talk about our virtual backgrounds we're using? Did we talk about that last time? Can't remember. Maybe very briefly.
Oh man, we can always talk about it again.
Yep. So I have Elmo in mind. Let's see if I can get his name there. And Elmo is the main character in Kids of Karendow, and Telly, who Gary has, is his best friend.
Oh, I'm not. Where's the name here? Oh,
there you go. Now you got the name. I think we're gonna make T-shirts out of these too. Like I would love to, because we've got a marketing artwork for all the game's main characters, and I think it'd be great if we can put them up on one of those T-shirt sites that people just order and they print to order, like what certain people do for merch.
Yeah, I think I might get some mugs made for myself. So that when I invite guests over to my place, I have a sleazy way of marketing my game.
It is,
but without being too I don't know, blasphemous about it.
We could use that at a as a kind of a marketing or sorry, a way to get people to like join Discord or something. Like if you join your Discord server, you get a free T-shirt, although that's kind of expensive.
Oh no, that we just give them like something where it's like, yo, go to the Staples and pick it up. That would be funny.
That would be.
Yeah.
They'd probably be pissed off at us and leave the Discord server right after.
Yeah, take a bus halfway across the city, go to the Staples.
Or maybe,
wait, you guys have Staples down there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe what we do, because we have to keep them on the Discord server, so that it'd be nice if they would, like, our Discord server still sucks. You need to go on there more and like tell some jokes or something.
Oh man, I would get fired or canceled or something.
Whatever, who cares?
Yeah. yeah. When it's not you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I talked about massaging you earlier. You're just pretty inappropriate. Yeah.
Hey, it's a massage. You didn't specify anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Dirty about it.
Well, we have now. Goddamn.
I wonder if there's any other game devs out there who do a podcast that talk about their game. I know there's like a bunch of people who do like tutorial stuff on like how to do pixel art and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots. I'm sure there's even like almost like AAA games that do that. Well, if they're indie, I guess. I can't imagine like let's say like a big company doing it, but I'm sure there's lots of indie game developers that probably have successful games out there. That do like a streaming thing, or I don't know. Streaming's big.
Yep. We need to find some streamers to play Karendow. But I want them to play a really, really nice polished version of it.
True. Actually, well, here's a question. Do you know anyone who streams?
Not seriously. Not anyone that actually has a follower base. I'm sure people at Gumbo here know some streamers. I should ask them.
I know of a couple, but like they're usually just streaming themselves, like playing Valorant.
They're just usually streaming themselves for playing what?
Valorant. It's a first-person tactical shooter.
Interesting. What is that new game that everyone's playing now that I haven't played yet?
Wordle?
No, I am playing Wordle.
Oh my God.
Are you playing Wordle?
Oh, I'm not. I don't know. The thing that pisses me off is like every day on group chats, there just seems to be a bunch of pictures of these like colored squares.
Oh, these color.
So
Yeah. I'm guilty of that. I've got a group chat with my current boss and my old boss, and me and my old boss. My current boss doesn't play, but me and my old boss exchange them.
anyways, what are we getting at before that?
Oh yeah, sorry, we got off topic. The was that other new game that's really popular that recently came out. I'm not helping, am I? I don't even know what it's about.
Elden Ring?
Yeah, that's the one. You read my mind.
Well, yeah, because that's the game that's kind of a big deal right now.
All the kids are playing.
It was a game that was made by, I think, the same company as Dark Souls, but also has George L.L. Martin kind of do the story.
Oh, so he's still not finishing up Game of Thrones. He's now doing stories for video games.
Yes, maybe. I don't really know the kind of backstory behind that, but yeah, he was involved. So yeah, supposedly the game's pretty fun, but also really hard.
So did you notice that the Kids of Karendow text on the poster that Sandalo and team put together is different than what was on the title screen in the game?
Not until you pointed it out when we were at MegFest.
Yep. So I've gone back and that's all updated now. So now
so you updated the tips.
Well, the game now matches the poster.
Okay.
In placement of the letters, and because the old one also had Karendow offset more. It was more to the center.
I see. Okay, I didn't really notice that until you pointed it out just now. I thought it was just the tips. Why don't you explain to the audience what we mean by that?
So yeah, so if anyone who's just listening, the K's in Kids and Karendow had these sort of squiggly ends at the top of the K's, and there was a feather at the end of two of the tips that was supposed to be like the feather that Elmo wears in his hair. And I asked Sandalo or whoever the artist he had who recreated this, because I didn't have a high resolution version of that I could share with him. So he had to recreate it, and he did not recreate it exactly. There was the text was not placed in the same way, and the feathers were not put in the text. So I kind of was like, okay, now that works. We'll get rid of the feathers. So that's now why there's no feathers in the K's. Great story, right?
Yeah, that is an absolutely wonderful story. Never heard anything so edge of your seat in my life.
Oh yeah, I'm a great storyteller, Gary.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Now, do you want to call it for this podcast? Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing that just kind of jolts into my mind. So unless you just want to kind of continue zinging each other, we can do that. That's always fun.
Oh, you want to talk about
yeah, like my favorite kind of like graphic these like promo posters is Sella. So I will probably get a Sella shirt done.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually make more of these Zoom backgrounds, so we eventually have all the characters that we'll scroll through.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
People who watch the YouTube can see it.
I've done the telly background twice, and I'm already getting bored of it, Blair.
Yeah. Next week, what you want? Steam Puff?
Sella.
Okay, I'll do Sella. Sella's definitely pretty damn cool. He may be my favorite character. Sella was not in the original Kids of Karendow. He's a new character. Actually, there's a few new characters in this version. I think oh yeah, and Gyro appears as well, but instead of being super nerdy, he's kind of goth and weird like that.
You know what he's starting to remind me of? There used to be this show on YTV called Superhuman Samurai. And then like the main villain of that show was this kind of like nerdy gothy guy.
All right.
That's who you just remind me of when you were saying that.
That is very specific and probably from the 80s or 90s. And YTV
it's definitely
Kids
from
Network
the 90s.
in Canada.
Yeah. It's a campy kid show.
Probably.
But you must have seen it on TV after school.
Maybe I did. I just can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, hey, maybe Sondolo watched that too. Maybe there was a Spanish version of it.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt.
I mean, like, if it's kind of like semi-low budget in Canada, I can't imagine it like kind of making its way outside of these borders.
Yeah, that's true. All right, G, let's call it for this podcast.
All right, let's call it.
All right, thanks for listening, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe.